In this video, we're going to look at the 12 Jo Kesa exercises that we've been doing. These are all defensive responses to a diagonal strike. Your student, your child should know how to give that strike, the Yokomenuchi or Kesa strike, but that's not necessary for them to follow along in this video. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show each of the 12, and I'll have a numbered cone letting you know which technique I'm on. I'll show it from a couple different views and maybe say a few points to look for while they're doing it. Parents, if you really want to help your kids, just let them go through the video on their own. And maybe let them do the first 3 or 4 and then rewind it. Do the same 3 or 4, rewind it. When they look like they have that down, they're looking like me, then maybe just add a few every time. If you really want to help the kids, don't focus too much on what their hands are doing. Focus on their footwork. You might be able to see that I put down a white tape line. You can use that as a reference point to see where my feet are and where their feet need to be. Except for the first one, they need to be moving off that line pretty quickly. Let's just go through it. And again, I'm just going to go nice and easy. It doesn't have to be fast. I'm looking more for fluidity and confidence. All right, here we go. So number 1 is going to be Kesa 1, easy peasy. Another thing that we can look for is how they start. So when they begin, they should always have their left side forward, both feet on the line. Their right hand, their backhand will be thumb down, and their other palm will be palm up for now. That changes after a while. So for Kesa 1, we're actually going to stay on this line. We're going to rock back, defend with a high guard position, switch hands, and then return fire with a diagonal strike. I just did that for reference, brought it back, showing that it's a diagonal strike. Their hands should be together. So again, they're just going to start in what we call Junte grip, or palm up. It's going to be a rock back, switching the hand, and returning the fire. I'm going to turn around just for another angle. This may be easier. We're going to rock back, rock forward. From the side, again, left side forward, rock back, switch hands, strike forward. One more angle, back, forward. That's Kesa number 1. For the next one, for number 2, is Kesa number 2, and it's not that much different. We're going to start with the left side forward, right hand thumb down, other hand palm up, but this time the front foot is going to step back right away as we go to that high guard position. Switch hands, slide forward, and strike. Same diagonal strike. So again, with our front foot, really it's going to initiate with my hip. I'm going to step back, switch hands, slide forward, and strike. Weight should be on the front foot at the end. Let's see that from a different angle. Stepping back, switching hands, attacking. When they start, make sure the stick is on the inside of the foot. This should be lined up with their center line. So we're stepping back and striking. Stepping back, striking. And that's Kesa number 2. So we've done Kesa 1 and Kesa 2. And now we get a little bit more technical with number 3, which is Maki Otoshi. Maki means wrap, Otoshi means drop. And that'll make a little bit of sense when we see the movement. We're going to start the same exact way, except this time my back foot is going to slide back as I go to my high guard position. All my weight should be on my back foot. I'm only lifting my foot for demonstration purposes, and they should be crouched on that back foot. From here, we're going to make the backhand, come towards the belt, and we're going to hinge forward as we strike the hand of the attacker in front of us. From here, we're going to pull the stick back, get back on the line, and then strike. I'm going to do that again, nice and fluid. So slide back, all the weight's back, hit the hand, slide forward, and strike with a Munetsuki strike to the chest. From a different angle, One more. That's Maki Otoshi, and that's one of the harder ones, but it's one of the more fundamental movements as well. Some mistakes that they'll make when they get to that crouch position. So once they slide back, what we don't want is for them to knock the stick out of the way. The stick is going to go down with the backhand, and an exercise that they can do is just put this stick right on the floor. That'll teach them to hinge over. It's a hinge. It's not a squat. So they're going to lean forward as they put it on the ground. Pull it back and then strike. Maki Otoshi 1. There's a number 2. I'm not going to show that to them. Not until they're black belts. Number 4. Look very similar to Kesa number 2. So we're going to start in the same position. I'm going to step back, rock back, switch hands, diagonal strike to the hand, not the head. Pull it back, and then strike, finishing with that ski strike or that thrusting strike. So we'll do that again. Stepping back, switching hands, striking the hand, pulling it back, and sliding in and striking with a thrust. You'll notice that most of these will be a little bit off the line when we end. Most of them. For Maki Otoshi, we finish back on the line. All right, from a few different angles. There should be a whipping feel to these. That was Kaete uchiotoshi. For number 5, we're going to go to Junte uchiotoshi. Same beginning. This one's a little complicated as well. And those first 3 or 4, that's what I'd expect for a yellow belt. So now would be kind of a good time to stop, maybe rewind, and look at those techniques again. All right, but for Junte uchiotoshi, same beginning. We're going to slide back, and our top hand is going to seesaw the stick up. We're going to seesaw it so much that we turn it in a little bit. Move a little forward so you can see my hands. So I'm in a crouch position. In a crouch position. This stick should be on the side of my head, not in front, because the strike is coming to the side. So it's protecting. From there, I'm going to hinge forward and hit the hand. Show a high guard. Come in for the ski strike. All together, it's going to look like this. I'll do that from a different angle. And that's Junte uchiotoshi. Junte uchiotoshi. All right, number 6. This is where it gets a little confusing. We've been Junte grip the whole time. My palm has been up. Now we're going to go to a gyakute grip, meaning my palm is down. Gyaku means reverse. So if you look at my thumbs, they're pointing in opposite directions. So gyakute grip, reverse grip for the next 4. So this is going to be Kaeshi Otoshi. From here, we're going to do the same thing we did last time. We're going to seesaw the stick up. We're going to hit the hand, and then we're just going to pull back and strike. It's variation number 1. So again, with my back foot, I slide back, defend the strike that's coming from this angle, hit the hand, pull it back, and strike my attacker. Give that from a different angle. So defend, hit the hand, strike. One more. If they know that version, that's comfortable for them, awesome. There's another version. The other version's a little tricky. They may want to do the handwork before they go to the footwork. Still gyakute grip, the palm is down. My top hand is going to go to the bottom hand. My top hand is going to go to the bottom of the stick. Top hand is going to go to the bottom of the stick. But to do that, I'm going to lift, grab. Lift, grab. Lift, grab. While I'm sliding back. So I'm on my line, slide back, change hands, attack the hand, strike it. So from the other angle, hit the hand, hit. That is Kaeshi, uchiotoshi 1 and 2. Again, if they only know one of those, great. Unless they're red belt or above, I'd probably like them to know both. Kaeshi, uchiotoshi 1 and 2. For number 7, we have Kaiten, uchiotoshi. Kaiten, uchiotoshi 1. All right. So from there, we're going to do the same thing we did for Kaeshi, uchiotoshi number 1. We're going to slide back and hit the hand. But this time we're going to let go with our backhand and let this Jo make a little twirly twirl, come in and strike. So again, I slide back just like Kaeshi, uchiotoshi 1. I hit the hand, I let go with the backhand, catch the stick, and then strike. Just my preference. When I let go of the stick, what I like to do with my hand is follow the stick all the way around. What some people like to do is just let go and catch it. That's awesome. I'm just not that cool. I find that sometimes when I do that, it ends up in my armpit. So I like to keep a tactile sensation with the stick. I hit, I follow the stick. And that way I always know I have my hand on it and I'm ready to strike. Let's look at that from a different angle. This is Kaiten, uchiotoshi number 1. All right. We're getting there. Number 8 is going to be Kaiten, uchiotoshi number 2. Footwork's going to change, handwork's going to change. So for this one, my hands are going to stay in the same place, but they're going to move to the bottom of the Jo. Hands are going to stay in the same relationship to each other, but move to the bottom of the Jo while we step back. So I'm on my line, I step back, change my hands, hit the hand, release it, grab it, strike. Whoop, excuse me. We're going to step back, switch hands, hit the hand, release it, make that circle. Kaiten means big circle, so that's where we get the name because the Jo is making a circle when you release it. Let's look at that from different angles. So I'm going to step back, hit the hand, release, Kaiten, uchiotoshi number 2. We don't have a lot left. We have 4 left. This is also a great spot maybe to stop, rewind the video, or hey, maybe that was enough information and let's just take a break. But if you're feeling good, then let's go because we just have 4 left and they're all going to end the same. There's 4 different Otoshi ski. So Otoshi means dropping, ski means thrust. So we'll all end these with a thrusting or dropping thrust strike. It's a little bit different than most strikes we do. When the student is performing this, they need to think of striking down on someone's sternum. We're also going to have some more hand changes, so it's going to get a little bit complicated between each of them, but they look very similar to the ones we've done before. So no worries. Here we go. Otoshi ski number 1, we're going to go back to a Junte grip, or palm up. And it's going to look very similar to Junte uchiotoshi, which is when we seesawed and protected ourselves. From here with my front foot, I'm going to slide in after I hit the hand and thrust downward on my attacker's chest. I like to tell the kids to make a unicorn horn. You got your unicorn horn, your rhinoceros horn, and you're impaling the attacker on the chest. So again, we're going to have a Junte grip. We're going to slide back, curl in, hit the hand, pull it up, and then strike in. Notice my feet are very close together at the end. My front foot is pointing towards the attacker from a different angle. That's Otoshi ski number 1. All right, we've only got a few more. So let's look at Otoshi ski number 2. It's going to be the same thing except grip. This one is for a really big strike coming at our head, diagonal angle. So as I slide back, I'm going to curl down just a little bit more, crouch down. Same thing, come in and hit with the Otoshi ski strike. So now with a gyakute grip, crouching down, hitting the hand, moving in. Feet are going to be close together at the end. That's Otoshi ski number 2. All right, we're almost there. All right, so for number 11, we have Otoshi ski number 3. Otoshi ski number 3. We're going to stick with our gyakute grip. This is going to be like Kaiten uchiotoshi number 2. We're going to step back. Hands are going to go to the bottom. Hit the hand. Come in with that Otoshi ski strike. So these are just building off the ones we've done before. Stepping back, hitting the hand, striking. The last one, Otoshi ski number 4. Now, the attack for this one is not at our head. This attack for this one is we have to imagine coming for our knee or below, gedan, all right? And gedan just means someone's hitting us below the hips. So this will be number 12, and this will be the last one. We're going to go back to a Junte grip, so palm up. For this one, watch the footwork. My front foot slides off to the side. So the stick is on the side of me, protecting me from that strike coming down. I come straight up, back to my rhinoceros horn, and then strike with that Otoshi ski. That would hit their hand if it was available. So again, I'm going to slide that over, hit the hand, come in. Slide over, hit the hand, come in. Slide over, hit the hand, come in. And that's all of them. That's it. You're done. You know everything. So after we learn those 12, then there's 12 from a ski strike, and there's 12 from a shomanuchi strike, but they're very similar. Again, if you're the parent helping your child with this, or your ward, just look at their feet. Make sure their feet are doing the right thing. If you can get their footwork cleaned up, I can do the rest. If you're watching this and you're the student, just do a few at a time, maybe rewind and really hone everything down. Watch my hands and watch the different angles. Always starting left side forward. All right, thank you. Keep training.